A lot of, the things that I've done like volunteer-wise and stuff like that growing up, it's all been stuff that's kind of focused around a person. And so you don't usually think of helping animals first.
So Sunshine came in and we knew that she was going to be a dog that was going to require a lot of long-term care. She was the most significant, severe case of heartworm disease that we'd seen yet. And when she first arrived at the shelter, she actually also became ill with upper respiratory infection, which is very common here in the shelter setting. She had exercise intolerance, she was very, very thin, and in addition to it all, she was taking care of 2 little pups.
I kind of knew moving here that I wanted to get a dog right away, and I knew he didn't want to fully commit.
I liked the kind of freedom aspect of being able to, if we wanted to go on a trip, we could just go. That's kind of where the foster thing came up.
And we sat down and started doing research of just what different kind of animal rescue places there were around Colorado Springs and seeing if they even had foster programs, and that's when we ultimately ended up filling out the application for the Humane Society.
So animals can go into foster care for a number of different reasons. Sunshine was a medical case, so she was going to require a long time, and we needed her to be closely monitored.
So the heartworm treatment is a series of injections that have to be given at certain intervals of time. Every injection carries a certain risk due to the side effects that can potentially occur with the medication, especially with a dog like her who had a pretty significant severe disease level with the heartworm.
When we first got her, I remember driving home and I was so nervous about turning and stopping, and I'm like, I don't want to hurt her. It's I know it's just her heart. So we definitely were very careful at first, and they had told us, she couldn't do any exercising. She wasn't supposed to bark, she wasn't supposed to jump or run. And so it was oh my gosh, she clearly is very sick, and I have never had dogs that have been sick like that.
That's what people don't see, really. They're not here when they come in underweight or with missing teeth or masses on them that have to be removed.
Easily thousands of animals that come through our doors require some level of medical treatment or surgery. And that can vary from a quick one-time treatment or something like Sunshine where it was several months of care and medical treatment.
I kind of didn't really let myself think throughout the whole time that we were going to adopt her. Just because I knew going into it this was supposed to be our compromise of having a dog, but at the same time not having that huge commitment to having, a dog forever.
It's just so nice to have someone here when you come home that's excited to see you, and I mean, it sounds weird, but someone to talk to and just bond with.
Right before we went back to Omaha for Christmas break, she had her injections scheduled for while we were gone, so we had to bring her back to the Humane Society for those couple weeks.
They had talked about, at that time, possibly adopting, but they still weren't sure, so I said, okay, well, we'll still have her be in foster, and you guys will have to make your decision, when it's time.
It wasn't until we got the email from Andy saying, here's the date for her last injections.
And we're gonna have to start looking at bringing her back in for adoption. I just couldn't even fathom giving her back.
I saw that email and he was like, how do you give something back that loves you so much?
That's when we decided that, we just couldn't live without her.
It was kind of cool when we started to realize she's getting better and she really likes where she is, and especially when she had been cleared and she was completely better, and it was that's really cool that we were able to help her get through that. And so that way she didn't have to stay at the Humane Society while she was trying to get better. She kind of got to have a more normal life.
I think this is the best way to adopt a dog, to be honest. All the staff we worked with at the Humane Society were really easy to work with.
They provided her food, they provided treats, they gave us, a collar and a leash and toys and her bowls. I mean, everything came with it, and really all we had to do was just, love her, and she ended up being, the perfect dog for us.
Without the support that we have, we simply would not be able to save as many lives as we do.
We do have to rely heavily on donations and fundraisers. We're not just a shelter that has animals come in and go out for adoption. There's so much more.
It's being able to see an animal who wouldn't have had this chance and watch them come through and come out at the end of it all happy and healthy and in a loving home.
It's not home if there isn't a dog around.